Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel CCD, and in this video we are going to look what is an operator overloading, and we will be solving some problem like vector addition using operator overloading. So let's get started. So let's first see what is polymorphism. So polymorphism is ability to exist in or to show multiple form. So let me add here one bracket, that is exist in or to show. Okay, so the ability to exist in multiple form, or we can also say ability to show multiple forms, right? So when same entity, this function, object or operator behaves different, okay, in different scenarios, like for example if you are using plus in case of string, right? If you use plus in case of string, uh, like okay, so 1 plus s2, so it just concatenate it, right? It just concatenate as s1 s2. But if we use in case of like numerals, like for example 3 plus 3, it just add them, okay, it's 6. So this is what we can say, a kind of polymorphism, right? So what is operator overloading? So same operator have different implementation depending on their argument types. So as we have just seen here, when we passed arguments, the argument was string here, so it has resulted into another string which is concatenated string, right? But when we input it to like the arguments were numerals, then it was the summation of two numerals, okay. Then to add, so what's it's written, to add another special meaning to an operator for an user defined data type is called as operator overloading, right? So what is operator overloading? So for data types that is created by us, that is class and object kind of thing, so for them if we are assigning another meaning to existing operator, then we can say that is an operator overloading. So I have given same example here, that x plus y equals to 5 in case of this, and here m plus n equals to 32, though both are same, okay. Here it is string and here it is like numerals, okay. Some more points to note are operator overloading can be done on an operator any number of times, okay. For example, we can use plus operator for addition purpose, string concatenation, and our own user defined purpose in same program. And that's why I have taken this problem, that is there will be input, there will be two kind of operation that we have to perform, that is vector addition and complex number addition in same program, right? So the first, there will be two vector input, and this vector input will be in the form of, that is magnitude of vector and direction in terms of theta from x-axis, right? And uh, output will be in same form, right? Here as you can see, vector addition, where we should be informed that magnitude comma theta, that is direction from x-axis, and there will be two complex number in form real comma imaginary, like we can modify a little bit, okay, and the output will be just addition of the two complex number, and you have to perform this using operator overloading. So let's solve this problem. So this is Visual Studio Code. I have already created one video on how can you configure Visual Studio Code for C++ and how can you configure MSTC compiler and all. Okay. So if you have not watched that video earlier, you can go and watch that video. The link is in description. Okay, so let's get started. So I have included this header file CMath. The reason is I have also written formulas here. How can we solve that question? So I guess every one of you must know this formula, and if not, then you can take this reference. So this is how we calculate magnitude of resultant vector, and this is how we can calculate the angle from x-axis of resultant vector. So here are some trigonometric functions like tan inverse, this is sine theta, cos theta, and root function. Okay, though root is not trigonometric, but it's a mathematical function. Okay, so this all kind of functions are already available with us in this CMath file, so we'll be using that. Okay, so let's create class and data members. So it's constructor, and let's initialize this. Okay, sorry, it should be theta, and this dash theta equals to theta, this dash mag equals to mag, that is magnet. Sorry. And now it's time for defining some other functions. Okay, so what are different kind of functions? Let's first do some simple stuffs. Okay, so let's first display this. Okay, so void disk. Okay, so this will help us to display a vector, right? So void vector, and we'll just write this, and here we'll write cout. Okay, something is missing, that is okay. So cout, and here we write vector, and here will be, let's add some stuffs like this, and here it should be mag. Okay, and here it should be comma, and here it should be theta, and this theta will be in radian. Like, we are not going to make it more complex by converting and all, just we'll provide in radian, right? And this. Okay, so this is done. Now what we will do, we will define some more function here. So let's calculate what will be the angle between two vectors. So basically, let me tell you, currently what we are providing, what we are doing here, we are just directly passing, like, we will be passing vector 1 and vector 2, right? What will be the issue? This vector currently is like having like making 0 degree with x-axis, but not all a vector will make 0 degree, right? There might be possibility that the first vector is like this and second vector is like this. Okay, so to calculate this theta, we need to create some function or something that can, like, find this theta. So this will be just this bigger angle, that is v1 minus v2. Okay, we can say theta v1 minus theta v2. So this is what we have to do. Okay, so that's why we'll be creating one function here, that is double angle between vector, and we will provide here vector v. So this is our first function, and another function will be double magnitude, and this will calculate magnitude of resultant, right? And here is double angle of resultant, right? You might be thinking that this is what generally we do, like, so what's where we are doing operator overloading. Okay, so currently we are not focusing on operator overloading. We will just create all the things first, and then we will apply operator overloading. So you will come to know. Let's get let's continue programming first. You will, with time, you will come to know that how we are using operator overloading, right? So these three functions we have declared, so now it's time to define them. So here is, first is double, and we will just provide here ct vector, and here it's angle between vector, and here goes vector v, and we'll just return theta minus v dot theta. So this will find angle between them. Okay, so now let's go for another function, that is double vector, and here it's magnitude, and here also we'll pass vector v. And according to a formula, let me just see the formula. I have also written somewhere else, so like okay, so we have to return here, return square root, and square root of magnitude, that is magnitude of first vector, right, multiplied by magnitude of first vector, that is, you can see here this formula, v1 square plus v2 square, that are magnitude. Okay, so this is v1 square. Okay, then we will be doing plus, and that is v dot mag multiplied by v dot mag, that is v2 square. Okay, and then plus 2 into v1, that is mag, multiplied by v dot mag, that is v2, multiplied by cos, and that is angle between two vectors, right? So we will call this function, okay, we will call this function. So let's put this function here, angle between vector, and what's the vector? That is v. This vector we have to pass, right? Because one vector is already, we will be using one vector to call. Okay, so here it should be one semicolon. Now we have created the magnitude function. Now let's create the function which will return double, and it will return what it will return, vc vector, and this function is angle of resultant. Okay, so the formula for angle of resultant is v1 sin theta by v2 plus v2 cos theta. Okay, and there is one arctan, so we will provide vector v, and here we go, return a10. A10 is a function that is arctan, that provides a10, that is arctan, that means tan inverse, right? So let's provide the value, that is magnitude, that is vector 1 multiplied by sine and angle between two vector, that is v. Okay, so this is numerator, and let's see what's denominator. That is v2 plus v2 cos theta. So what is v2? So v dot mag, okay, plus v dot mag multiplied by cos, and what is that? Theta, that is angle between two vector, and that is v. And it's done, there are no errors, so I guess it's done. Okay, so now we have created all the required functions, and we have almost solved this problem. Now we have to just use operator overloading so that we can directly add. For example, I am creating main function here, and I am creating vector v1. Okay, and here I am providing magnitude to be 1 comma 3.14 by 2, right? So that is pi by 2. And another vector, this pi by 2 means 90 degree. Okay, and v2 will be 1 comma 0. So why I have taken this value? So the reason behind taking this value is, I'm going to tell it here now. I have taken two values, okay, two vectors, okay, they are unit vector. Okay, this is 1 and this is 1, and one of the vector has angle 0, okay, and one vector has angle pi by 2, that is 90. What will be the resultant? Resultant will be making 45 degree angle. Okay, and the value will be root 2, that is 1.41 dot dot something. Okay, and this 45 degree will be just half of 9 pi by 4. Okay, so we will have to verify that whether the value that we are getting is pi by 4 or not. So this is very simplest example, and it's very easy to verify. That's why I have taken these values. Okay, So that's why I have taken 1 comma pi by 2 and 1 comma 0. Now I want to add this to vector. Okay, I want to make vector addition. So this is vector 3 return v1 plus v2. Currently I am not able to do this. Okay, if I am going to do this, there is an error. No operator plus matches this operand, which means that there is no definition for plus operator such that it can add this to vector, right? So we need to define it. And how we are going to define it? So for that we are going to use operator overloading. And how to do operator overloading? Let's see now. So for operator overloading, we need to write return type first. So what is going to be written? We want to return another vector. Okay, that will be resultant vector. So the return type should be vector and followed by operator keyword. Okay, OPP, operator keyword, and then the operator that you want to overload, that is plus in this case. Now pass argument that we are going to pass here, that is p vector, and what we have to do here is we have to create a temporary vector temp where magnitude will be there. So how to initialize magnitude? That will be, we have already, uh, here we have calculated magnitude using this magnitude function. So we have to just call that function using v, and similarly we have already calculated angle of resultant, right? That can be directly called here, and I guess it's done. And now we have to just return this turn return temp. So the temporary value, the temporary vector that we have created is written, and now you can see that there is no error. Okay, now what we can do, we will just try to display these vectors. Disk and v3 dot disk. So let's run and see what's the output. So starting build and build finished. So let's wait for output. It takes time sometime. So we can see the first is 1 comma 1.5, that is pi by 2, and second is 1 comma 0, and as I told, there will be root 2, resultant will be root 2, magnitude will be root 2, sorry, so that is 1.41. So let's verify using calculator. So it's too big. Okay, so here we can see 1.41. So just let's see what is root 2. So how to find root here? Let's just 2. Okay, here it is there. Okay, so 1.4142 something, 1.4147, so it's approximately equal to that only. And let's clear this and see what is 0.785. That should be pi by 4, so that is 3.14 divided by 4. Let's see what's the value. 0.785, 0.785. So this is how we implement operator overloading, that we are directly using plus operator here, as you can see, but actually a lot of computation is going here, a lot of calculation, a lot of thing that we have done here and which is hidden, and we are directly using this. Otherwise, if you are not using this, then we might have to do a lot of computations every time, I guess. Or we can create another function where you can call vector1 dot add vector2 kind of thing you can do. So this is how operator overloading works. So there was another part of the program, that is this complex number part, and I'm leaving it for you. The reason is, now you have to do in same file. Okay, just try to do it in same class, sorry, same file, that is make a class named as complex, and just do everything. I will be providing final code to you with complex class also, but try it first by yourself, so you will come to know that how you can do multiple times you can overload same operator with different kind of operators, right? Sorry, with different kind of different type of arguments. So I have already written that part. Okay, I'm just going to copy paste here. So just let me copy and paste. Just let's cut and okay, control. Oh, sorry, just a minute. Okay, I guess it's done. So see, I have created a complex class here where real and imaginary are two members, okay, of double type, and here is constructor, here is operator overloading, and in the same way there is another class, vector class, that we have already created. So now you can see that what we are doing here, we are adding two vectors, and here we are adding two complex number. Okay, so how this plus operator showing different behavior with different kind of data types, I can say, different kind of arguments. So this is what operator overloading is. So let's see the output. So like I have modified some part. Okay, so you can see some extra things here. So 1 plus 2, 3 plus 5, and okay, so you can see this. So that's what an operator overloading is. So if you have any kind of doubt, then you can directly mention in comments. And the code file is available, and the description is also given in the link. Sorry, the link is also given in the description. Sometimes I make some mistake while saying something. Okay, just ignore it. So the link to the code file is also provided in description, and also I have provided this file for your reference in description. So thanks for watching. Just like, share, subscribe, and thank you.